Good morning. We're organizing the graduates, so we're going to be starting in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Good morning. We're going to ask that everybody please have a seat so that our graduates can process in. You may be seated. I've never been so nervous. Okay. Before we bring up our illustrious principal, Mr. Robert Hiller, to do his remarks and his welcoming, I have two things to say. One, we're going to set some house rules, because we know how the class of 2023 is. So our house rules are as follows. Maurice, no flipping on the stage. Laisha, no TikTok videos during graduation. Benny and Tyler Marie, AKA Vanessa, no stopping to film folks' outfits. And Richard, you are not allowed to come here and sit down and start talking to people. With that being said, I wanted to give you a quote by Dr. Seuss. Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. Mr. Hiller.
Can you hear me? Morning, everyone. Morning. Oh, man, this is hard to follow. That was amazing. I think next year we're just going to have Anton Pena in the back push the button, so I don't have to follow. We're all here for class of 2023 today. I've been working really hard on trying to figure out what to say and how to start off our graduation, and so far I have welcome. Welcome to our families, to our staff, to all of our colleagues who are here to celebrate class of 2023, and of course, most importantly, welcome to our graduates. Relax. One of the things that we decided to focus on this year, if you weren't aware, was joy. It's been a tough stretch the last couple years, and even though we were back in the school building last year, it wasn't school as designed. And so this year we knew it was so important to make sure we're bringing life back into the school community, and I don't think there could have been a better cohort to do that with than the class of 2023. So what this looked like was we had a staff member capture images each week, and we would share those in social media in my weekly updates. Maybe you saw them, maybe you haven't. But something that was really special this year is every time leadership team got together, we would make it a point to share stories of joy. What were some things that happened in the last couple of weeks that brought joy into your life related to our school community? And so many of those stories had to do with our seniors. And this particular group, I think I've had an opportunity, more so than any group that's come before you, to build some individual relationships that sometimes a principal just doesn't have the opportunity to do. And because of that, you really brought me back to my younger years and reminded me why I started in education in the first place, was to impact and have relationships with young people. For some of you, that was working hard on thinking about your next steps after high school and helping to be a mentor in some of those decisions. For others, it was helping you kind of navigate social challenges or process emotions. For some of you, it was kind of like playing hide and seek sometimes, 7th period, around some of the walls and trying to get you back into your economics class. And there were so many other moments, such as senior trip, and the way that you guys ride tubes doesn't really make sense to me, but it definitely brought me back to my youth. But at the same time, it reminded me of my age, because I was making sure people were not falling out of the tubes as they were standing going down the slides. Not safe. Some of you brought me into conversations throughout the year where you were trying to figure out what to do as a senior prank, which is not typical as a school principal to be brought into those conversations, because they wanted to know if I can let them in the building early, because their plan was to make the halls like a slip and slide. Fortunately, that did not come to fruition. That would have been very dangerous. I probably would not be up here standing, getting a chance to speak. because I'd be fired for letting kids in the building to do such hazardous things. There was many times throughout the year that you maybe reminded me of how old I was, though. Some of those moments were your enjoyment of just saying the name Bob, which I think is associated with age. Your fascination, I guess it was like Mystery Spirit Day during one of the last ones, and the mystery was Dress Like Hiller. And the number of students, whether it was in this class or other classes, that dressed like me and brought in bald caps. I think the fascination with my baldness is endearing, but it reminds me of my age. I think the big thing that happened over the course of the year that reminded me of how old I am getting is lunchtime basketball. So if you're not aware, we had a student who then kind of got groups of students help create this lunchtime basketball league that happened throughout much of the school year. I think it was 3 seasons. And it was a legit league. There were stats taken. People were creating YouTube videos. And myself and some of the staff had a chance to participate. Our team name was the Old Heads, which was kind of mean. But at the end of the day, I want to share a story related to lunchtime basketball that kind of captures the essence of 2023 for me. And it was the final season. It was kind of towards the middle of May, before seniors don't have to come into the building because they're working on their senior project. And it was tied 1-1, I think, and we don't have a lot of time during lunch to play, so one of the games went into overtime, and we were trying to get 2 games in so that we can finish before seniors went off and didn't have to come into the building. And the Old Heads knew that if we didn't win this overtime game, there was no chance that we were going to win this final season championship, which was really important to us for some reason, and equally as important to the students that we were playing. And so it was a really competitive game. We went back and forth in that overtime, and we ended up losing. And I'm realizing we lost actually on a technicality in that game because we did lose, yes, that's correct. But that particular game went into double overtime, and double overtime, the rule was supposed to be the team that scores first. And for someone who's not great at following the rules, my mom can attest to that, I decided that no, we're going to play another 4-minute round because that's just how basketball is. And they ended up winning. And then the final game, so now they're up 2-1, they just crushed us, period. And I think and I think what reminded me of my age was when you have 17-year-old kids scoring layups on you and then doing one of these, or the 6'5" student with maybe an 8-foot wingspan, Division I talent, doing one of these. And I'm not the best loser. I don't like to lose. It's not something that I enjoy, which is probably true for many of us. And we got crushed, and again, lunchtime is not a big open time block, and there's other students in the gym doing other activities before we have to go to 5th period. So part of my role, obviously, I am the principal. I can't just hang out and play basketball all day, unfortunately. And it's to clear the gym. And so we're still, I think, 2 minutes left in the game, and we just had to call it because it's now 12:08, and I know my colleagues, when we go upstairs, I'm just going to get the death stares of why are the kids coming up late from lunchtime gym. So in the gym, we have, it's cut in half, and we play the short way this way, and then the other kids are over here kind of throwing footballs, playing volleyball, just to kind of paint the picture. And so we call it, and I walk over because I need to clear the gym, and I'm doing the best possible thing that I can to keep my composure and not be short with the rest of the students, even though I just lost and got crushed, is to get them back into 5th period. So I'm like, all right, guys, we got to clear the gym, 5th period, day A, day B. I can't remember which day it was, an A or B. And as I'm walking this way to clear the gym, I turn my back to go face the other side. And it was this image that I still can't get out of my head today, and I wanted to share the story. I see the group of seniors, and there might have been a junior or two on that team, standing around taking their pictures with their medals. They bought themselves rings. And it was in that moment that I really understood what this cohort was all about, and it's spirit. The spirit that you guys have, that you bring to the things that you do, is so impressive. And I can't thank you enough to think about all the joy that you brought into AMS this year, knowing how difficult it's been. The way that you kind of operate and move, it just permeates throughout the school, and I'm excited for us to build on that going into next year. I'm not going to wish you luck, because I know you guys are going to do amazing in whatever pathway that you've decided to choose for yourself on your next steps. I appreciate, again, everything that you've done. I love you so much. You probably don't know how much. You are the lifeblood of all that I do. And the one last thing that I'll say is that I learned never to take a small group of students to IHOP. We're excited to be here. We're going to turn it over and get ready to hear from some amazing speeches. We're going to hear some great awards for many of our students. And most importantly, we're going to get a chance to end giving each and one of their students their diploma, which they ultimately deserve. We're excited again to be here. Turn it over to you, Bess.
Y'all almost made Bobby cry. Can I please have Alicia come to the stage? She has a gift that she wants to share with you.
My name is Aisha. Hello. So I wrote this poem for my fellow classmates, the class of 2023. So here it goes. As kids, we grew up with a number, 2023, engraved in our minds, a reminder of our adolescence, counting us down to adulthood. That's so far away, we say, until we're 18 years old, reminiscing days of innocence and happiness. 18, wishing to be 13. 13, wishing to be 10, and 10, wishing to be 5. 18, nervous for our new futures, but so ready. 18, dreaming up late-night car rides with our friends, and waking up to cap and gowns. The world's calling out our names when we're not calling out hers. To the class of 2023, I'm proud of all of us for making it. Bye-bye.
You did great. You will now have an address by your student body president, Jacqueline Easty.
Hi guys, my name is Jacqueline. I'm the student body president, and in true AMS fashion, I wrote this speech just hours before graduation, and I was trying to come up with the right words to say, thinking about how I could mention the incredible memories that we made and the journey that I wish us all incredible luck on, the skills and opportunity the school has given us, and how we're all on a path to great success. But as I'm writing this, I can just recall the words of who is, in my opinion, one of the most influential characters of all time, Jessica Stanley from the Twilight Saga. And she once said, "When we were 5, they asked us what we wanted to be when we grew up. We answered things like astronaut, president, or in my case, a queen. When they were 10, they asked us again, and we answered rock star, cowboy, or in my case, a rainbow disco zookeeper. But now that we've grown up, they want serious answers. Well, how about this? Who knows? Now is not the time to make rash and harsh decisions. Right now is the time to make mistakes, take the wrong train and get stuck somewhere random, fall in love a lot, major in philosophy because there's no way to make a career out of that. Change your mind and change it again because nothing is permanent. So make as many mistakes as you can. That way, the next time somebody asks you, you'll know. And if you didn't know, that's from, like I said, Twilight. And all jokes aside, I really think that this graduating class could really use this. Throughout my 4 years, I've watched us all struggle and under a lot of pressure and becoming less than the best version of ourselves, which is okay. We are still learning and we are not perfect. Through this, though, I've learned love, compassion, sympathy, and how sometimes the best thing to do is nothing. Just relax. Let your heart and impulse take the wheel because at the end of the day, we have one of the most valuable things right now, time. Time to make mistakes, fix mistakes, and create what will one day be incredible stories to tell your grandkids. Because nobody wants to end their life without incredible stories to tell their grandkids. So, I wish luck to my graduating class in starting our own insane, crazy, wonderful stories. Good luck, guys.
Fear of 2023, huh? You guys didn't have an official name, so I'm going to name you now. So based off of the stories, Mr. Hiller kind of said that you guys were extra. Yeah, you are. But if I were to come up with a name on the spot, I would say extraordinary. We're now going to have the presentation of awards by department leads.
Class of 2023. Hey guys. Did you guys fill out that Google form I sent out this morning? No? Okay. Soon-to-be graduates, congratulations. I'm humbled to be here with you guys all to celebrate such an important milestone in your life. Really mean it sincerely, but thank you for allowing us to witness the greatness you guys have brought to AMS over the last 4 years, despite all the ups and downs that came your way. We can't wait to hear about what the future has in store for each of you. I want to encourage everyone to cherish this moment and let this be your fuel for the future whenever things and times get tough. So right now, we have the pleasure of announcing some awards to recognize a subgroup of seniors for their exemplary work that they have shown over the past few years in their academics or community engagement and service. So for the first set of awards, each department lead will recognize 6 students that have shown exemplary work in our 6 C's as a school, whether it's character, citizenship, collaboration, communication, creativity, and critical thinking. If your name is called during that time, please just stand up. All 6 of you will stand, and we'll have an opportunity to recognize you. You'll get your actual award during senior barbecue this Tuesday. I know. I'll explain why later. Afterwards, each department lead will have an opportunity to announce an overall department-specific award for exceptional academic performance and character over the last 4 years. If your name is called during that time, please come up on stage so that we can present you the physical award.
Hi. So I have the pleasure of presenting the following awards to students who have shown outstanding achievements and growth throughout their time at AMS in both the arts and music. I'll start with the students who have embodied the 6 C's in art and music. So during this time when I announce the 6 C's, you will stand. You're not going to come to the stage. You'll just stand and we'll recognize you. So we have for character, Valeria Yela Bonilla. For citizenship, Daewoo Minza. Collaboration, Amaya Cespedes. Communication, Luciana Luna. Creativity, Sienna Morales. And for critical thinking, Charisma Delgado. Okay, you may take a seat. Thank you so much. So I'm also going to be giving out 2 awards, one for art and one for music. So this art award I'm awarding to a sculptor who I had the pleasure of teaching for 3 years. She's shown so much creativity by creating steampunk hats, and she also was an art club leader. So this art award goes to Amaya Cespedes.